broadcasting live from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's that groovy little podcast that gives you a first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. It's the Living in Las Vegas podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Here we go. Look out.
Incoming. Oh, welcome everybody to the Living in Las Vegas podcast here on the Vegas Video Network. Obligatory applause. What a lovely crowd. Andy
I can't
brought
believe how many.
a whole bunch of people here.
So, hey, sit down.
Well done, Andy. Hey, by the way, we're going to talk about who this guy is in a second. But first, congratulations, because you're watching or listening to the longest-running podcast about Vegas that actually originates from Vegas, which means that whether you're a tourist or a local, it does not matter, because this show is like your own secret handshake to all things cool and groovy. Now, our free show is on the first and third Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock Pacific Time, p.m. at vegasvideonetwork.com/live. Again, vegasvideonetwork.com/live. As Christina Aguilera says, come on over. Come on over, baby. Have a good time. Now, look, here's what I'm trying to tell you here. The live chat people, you get to be a part of the live chat. Here's those people right now having some fun, talking over there. There's Pops and Jaws and FaZe Jitter and Sam, all kinds of groovy people. But here's the magic that's what this thing is about. Dig this. We start streaming early, about 15 minutes, so you can watch us put the sausage together. What? Sausage. And then afterwards, when we wrap up, which is usually about 8 o'clock or so, then we go into Vegas Video Network After Dark, VVN 2.0. That's when we talk with the live chat, maybe share a few things that we wanted to talk about, but we simply didn't want to have on the record. So again, vegasvideonetwork.com/live. Hello. I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa, buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? I am the founder of the Vegas Video Network, so on behalf of all of our groovy shows, including Andy's, thanks for your support, and on behalf of this groovy little podcast, thanks for playing along. All right, let's get into this thing, shall we?
Let's do it.
Well, who is this guy here? And I'll explain what this guy right here is all about. Now, back when the Living in Las Vegas podcast was an audio only thing, this was back in 2006, 2007, and so this is when Melissa, my beautiful wife 2.0, was my co-host. We went out there and we visited Lake Las Vegas. Now, Lake Las Vegas is out on the east side.
Henderson East.
I think what the kids do. So, yeah, Henderson East. And we went out there, and I tell you, the opinion we had and what we came away with was, man, this place is pretty cool. It's kind of a cool vibe. It feels a little sophisticated, kind of a secret, cool enclave thing, which we dug. Had fancy hotels, had a casino, cool little shops, cool little restaurants, some amazing houses. So we kind of like, yeah, this is kind of happy. This is the shit. And then we also thought, but there's a couple concerns here. We were concerned a little bit about infrastructure. Like the nearest grocery store was in Hendertucky, which to me sounds terrible. Gas stations. It was kind of a pain to get there from the west side where we were. And we weren't really sure if it would take hold, if it would catch on. But we liked the idea. Then, of course, the housing crisis came and all hell broke loose. And just to be a reminder for you guys, we were number one in foreclosures in Las Vegas. And as you might expect, that also affected Lake Las Vegas. They were hit. The hotel closed, the casino closed, shops closed. There's some foreclosures there. And the company that owned them, which was Lake at Las Vegas Joint Venture, filed for bankruptcy. And that was back in 2008. It was right when kind of all hell was breaking loose. So not a real shock. So that was then. A couple months ago, I was approached by a friend who said, you've got to come out to Lake Las Vegas. I want you to meet somebody. And he was saying, like, it's changed, he kept telling me, and it's happening. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I just want to go out there just to see what is going on out there. I'm just kind of curious. So I went out there, and come to find out, I met Andy.
What's up, guys?
Andy is the director of marketing. There he is, a handsome young man.
Thank you.
For Lake Las Vegas. And by the way, he's the host of Lake Las Vegas Live here on the Vegas Video Network. And Andy, it's great to have you here, my brother.
Thanks for having me. This is nice. You know, do they always show up?
It's always
nice here and early.
It's a good crowd.
I mean, even your camera guys are, all
right?
dressed up. They all got
Quiet,
their same shirts
thin.
on. Yeah, I like that. That's
Very
impressive.
well
They got
done.
uniforms.
So I went out there, Andy, and I got to tell you, I didn't expect much, to be honest with you. And actually, I was pleasantly surprised, not just because nobody wants a neighborhood to go bad or an area to go bad. That's just them if they do.
Yep.
But I just thought, holy shit, you guys have put some work in there. So I want to spend some time talking about what's happened in Lake Las Vegas since the last time we were there, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, first of all, ownership. So, are there new owners in Lake Las Vegas, or what's the deal there?
The new owners are Raintree Investment Corporation. And, of course, it's a group of Paulson Hedge Fund. Paulson, of course, out of New York. Definitely easy to look up on Google. Very influential in basically the insurance on the loans. And it's ironic that that's how he made one of the biggest, biggest moves in Wall Street history as far as making that much money. And now he's investing in real estate.
Yeah.
And the team that he has put together is probably the coolest group of guys that I've ever met.
Right.
With Pat Parker and of course Cody Winterton. Just their story alone, Pat's story from going to school at UCLA and doing USC and really investing in real estate and business in that end. So Cody, it was a lawyer, and Cody actually was the bankruptcy lawyer that handled everything.
Oh, okay.
So if there's anybody that knows everything about Lake Las Vegas, from underneath the lake to the top of the hotel,
that's interesting.
Is Cody. He's also on the board for the Colorado River Basin. So if there's anyone knowledgeable about any kind of water issues or what's going on, it's nice to have him on the team. So
how did you get involved?
Ironically, I was doing social media and handling accounts for clients and, doing just video content. Mm-hmm. My background's radio. I've done some TV. I did my internship at KLAS, graduated from UNLV on the 13-year plan. I put together 7 transcripts and, Clear Channel let everybody go in '08 as well.
Yeah, right.
And, So I was there long enough to get a good enough severance. And I said, you know what? Let me go back to see if they'll take them all, and did that in about a year. And so I put 20 units in a year and saved college math for my last summer class. Did it in 6 weeks, and I graduated finally.
Okay.
But that's how kind of I got to experience the Greenspun building, which was brand new.
Oh, yeah.
So I was the first class of that.
Okay.
And like I said, KLAS, got to do my internship and tried to stay in the radio game. Went back and forth, did it a couple times, but I also jumped into marketing with putting together some private owners that put together Sky Combat Ace, which is where you can fly in the XL330s. You actually fly the plane.
Yeah, that sounds like a horrible idea.
It's probably one of the coolest ideas and by far the coolest thing I've ever done, and I don't think anything else. Yeah. Pulling G's, doing hammerheads, doing negative dives, and I've seen people pass out.
Because when I want to go on a fun trip, I want to pass out.
Yeah, and I got to learn the tourist market, as far as working with concierge, bellman, anybody third party from yourvegas.com who's going to sell my product and all the competition.
Right.
But I also learned that not everybody wants to fly a plane.
Yeah, no shit.
Not everybody wants to go on a roller coaster.
Right.
Not everybody likes driving a car.
Right.
So for the guys that I got to work with, though, they were all cowboys, straight up, F-16, Air Force retired, just the coolest group of guys that growing up wanting to do that.
Right.
I got that year and I got that 2-year experience.
Yeah.
But I've gone on dogfighting tours with these guys where they're like, okay, if you throw up, we're not coming back.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
reasonable.
Okay, all right, cool.
I'm not clearing that shit up.
Yeah,
so let me ask you, so back to Lake Las Vegas.
But that's back into the marketing, how it started, and that's how I had that.
First of all, the lake, how big is the lake? Just so people have an idea of size.
The lake is actually 320 acres.
Okay, and
it's 2 miles long, 1 mile wide.
How does water get in it?
Water gets in it from Lake Mead. We pay for the water just like anybody else does in Henderson.
So if Lake Mead goes down, does that then mean Lake Las Vegas goes down?
Pretty much. We do love rain.
Yeah.
Okay. Rain is something that definitely saves us a lot of money.
Right.
But the area of it alone, it tends to, luckily we've had some good rains this year, and we're able to hold it because there's actually the 2 dams. There's of course the one on Lake Mead side and the one the wash.
Right.
And then the cool thing about Lake Las Vegas, which a lot of people don't know, is the water from the wash actually goes underneath Lake Las Vegas. There's actually 2 gigantic, concrete pipes that takes the water right underneath it.
Right.
And so, perceptionally, you look at it and you're automatically thinking that like, oh, all that water is flowing this way. It must be going in Lake Las Vegas. So it must not be healthy, but it's completely false. You know, we're not going to let people jump in that water if it's not healthy, if it's not, completely tested. So it's tough because like I said, you just look at it and you're like, you don't think that there's actually pipes.
Right.
And you can actually go in those, Scott. So if you'd like to take a tour underneath Lake Las Vegas.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And just look and understand that there's that many gallons of water above you, just let me know.
I'm into that. All right, let's talk about, there's a number of categories I want to address when it comes to this area.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about housing first. So how would you describe briefly the types of people who are moving out to Las Vegas, or Lake Las Vegas? Where are they coming from also?
California.
No kidding.
California. It's the number one right now across the board as far as real estate goes in Nevada. I mean, a lot of people are coming out here. Of course, and the number one thing everyone talks about is the taxes. Yeah. And then of course there's tax. The price of living. Yeah. There's a lot of getting I guess you can say a crash course in real estate, but really seeing and being able to talk to the people is the one thing that's really, really been a lot of fun because you get to see, Lake Las Vegas, like you said, you went out there in 06 and it was kind of like thought of a retirement community, but a rich retirement community.
That's the vibe we have.
Okay. And it still is a rich retirement community. There's plenty of people that have still stayed there. Yeah. They did not move from 06. Did it lose a lot of people? Yes. House prices went down? Yes. Yeah. But it's amazing to see the availability now of Lake Las Vegas to people that are just residents in Lake Las Vegas wanting to move. And also the options, not just for California, but I like to call it my water states.
So you have people, do you also have people who are in Las Vegas proper, if you will?
Yes.
Who are going to Lake Las Vegas?
Yep. And that's something that they couldn't do before. Yeah. And we know the communities, we can get into the communities in just a little bit, but the opportunities, like I said, from the Pulte's and the Lennar that they're bringing to the table, they're starting in, we started actually Bolano in the mid threes.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask about that. Okay.
And so we had those 40 units, and I love it because I'll never forget. It was my birthday, January 20th, 2018. We did our Bolano grand opening, and we had 500 people.
Wow! Holy crap! How many homes are available, or how many homes are in Lake Las Vegas?
Well, we have 2,500.
Okay.
2,500 residents. No, 2,500 homes right now, currently addresses around that.
2,500 addresses.
So,
how many? What's the master plan going to be?
Well, actually, we can within the next 10 years, we are looking to add another 4,000 to 5,000.
So 6,000, 7,000 top.
So
no kidding.
So it's still kind of we still kind of want to
super early.
We still want to keep it. It is. When people go to Lake Las Vegas, they just think anything at the West End. There's nothing else left.
So is it a master plan community? Is that basically the way it's structured? Like Summerlin's a master plan, Aliante's master plan. Is Lake Las Vegas a master plan?
I like to call Lake Las Vegas a resort community, a true definition of a resort community.
HOAs, everybody has an HOA.
Yeah, everybody HOA, everything is.
So like in Aliante, I had an HOA for Aliante, but then I also had an
community.
HOA for my neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Same thing there?
Yep, same thing.
All right.
Like I said, I just closed on a house there. So it's like I've learned all that, but I already knew a lot of this stuff. And unfortunately, one of the perceptions too that really hurt Lake Las Vegas over the years is the HOA price. Yeah. Look, if you live in South Shore, it's going to be a little bit higher than if you live on, in Bolano or North Shore. So there's different prices no matter where you go, and people get stuck on that one high price, and it's completely false.
And how many neighborhoods are there?
We currently have the 10 new neighborhoods is the ones that we've added, and that's the thing too that a lot of people don't know is the amount of new communities in the past 3 years. It just unbelievably is bringing a different kind of clientele, a different kind of like I said, the people that live here. But then the nice thing about Vegas, Scott, is nobody's from here. Yeah. So the one thing that they do is they go and they see it and they tell mom and dad or sister, auntie, uncle.
So it's not necessary. So you were saying starting prices there are in the threes.
Yeah, we have right now. Well, for example,
is that for new or resale?
Well, for resales in threes. Yeah. And then there's also brand new homes that are going to be that. Like I said, Bolano started in the mid threes. Verena just opened low fours, and now Woodside's coming from Altafiore. Woodside homes open. We're looking at probably at a grand opening, probably about April.
So here's Bolano right here that you guys are looking at.
And those sold out. Actually,
Bolano sold out.
Yeah, actually, Carmen and David, shout out to them. They purchased the parking lot for the model.
Oh, not good.
And so it's actually
that's by Pulte. Okay, I get you. Fine on. Right
and then the same thing with Verena is right across the street. And so what's nice about that area, it's right by that sports club, which is fantastic, which we did a show.
We'll talk about that in a minute. So from so let's say I want to do more of a custom thing.
Yep.
Is that, I'm assuming that's available, right?
It's absolutely
and
available.
how does that work?
It's pretty simple. You call me, I take you down. No,
You call me?
you call me. I'll introduce. I know a guy, and I know a guy by the name of Gene Northup, and actually Gene runs Southern Nevada's Synergy Sotheby's. Okay. So the Sotheby's name is now incorporated with Lake Las Vegas, which is beautiful.
Right.
And Gene's history alone with Lake Las Vegas is unreal. The man has sold plenty of homes there, and history-wise, Scott is somebody that you and I need to get on the show and talk about a little bit more in-depth look and understanding of that.
So here's
community.
A custom lot. So the estates at Reflection Bay.
Estates at Reflection Bay, and all I got to say.
Those are waterfront.
All I got to there you beat me to it. That's all I was going to say. 9 1-acre waterfront lots. You talk about waterfront lots that are.
1 acre?
1 acre, 9 of them. And
that's big.
Honestly, Scott, we have people. Cool. We have people coming out looking at 3 of them. Like
really?
Yeah. No, there's people like I'll take 3 acres. To build their. I call the home our aqua compound. It's actually 180 feet. I mean, around it is just it's all water.
Most famous person that lives in Lake Las Vegas, quickly?
Currently Celine Dion.
There you go.
But
second most famous?
Jackie Jackson.
Jackie Jackson from the Jacksons?
I can't say anymore.
Really?
He might be there.
Oh my
he
goodness.
visits once in a while.
Okay. All right. So clearly there's plenty of homes to buy. Let's talk about things to do. One of the things I was concerned with was if I'm up there, I'm like, what am I going to do? So walk me through some of the things. You've already talked about the size of the lake. So I can go on the water, yes?
Yes.
What can I do on the water?
You can do a thing called water sports.
Okay, well, that's interesting because that has a whole new, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Water sports.
No, water
Give me
sports.
some idea.
They've come up, shout out to Trevor Pope and their team, but of course, they're a partner of Lake Las Vegas, and the beautiful thing about them from paddleboarding, Duffy boats, you get to do.
Okay, so slow down there. So paddleboarding. Okay, paddleboarding. So I can go out and do the paddleboard thing, yeah. What else?
Kayaking.
And now, is this if I am a local or if I'm a resident or whatever, do I get that for free or do I pay for that? How does that work?
Locals come down, and it's pretty much everybody, no matter who you are, have to check in with Lake Las Vegas Water Sports.
Okay.
And that's the that's the number one, especially with a lot of people that come from. We get a lot of people that don't live there that want to get on the water.
Right.
And it's just more of a safety thing than anything else, just to let us know that you're out there.
Okay.
But also the one thing, Scott, that you can see there, and we're going to have you do coming up in May or June, is the flyboarding.
The flyboard. Okay, so I've got for those of you watching the video or listen to the audio, I've got a picture of the flyboard. Now, the cat who runs that, he's kind of the shit, right? He's actually a guy.
Yeah. Trevor. Well, right now it's Trevor Pope. Trevor Pope, a great guy, good energy, a lot of ideas that we get to work with together on that are exciting. One of the things cool about Lake Las Vegas Water Sports is what they did the last 2 summers was something called Neon Paddle.
Yeah.
And of course, it's bringing the Vegas life.
Yeah.
Neon, and you actually put on a bunch of neon and you go out on the paddle board and you go on down the lake and you go find a floating stage. Hey guys, I'll take that. You go find the floating stage.
Right.
And there's a DJ on the floating stage and you're out there in the water. It's nice and warm.
Yeah.
And you go on back and there's all kinds of food, and depends on whatever restaurant or location you want to go back to.
So I'm interested in stuff to do. So okay. I am a huge Duffy boat fan.
Okay. Why is that?
So I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you where I discovered the Duffy boat. And here's a Duffy boat on the left side there, you guys. Here's the deal. We were in Newport. Newport Beach once. Myself and Melissa and some friends of ours. And we went to the Newport Beach Bay or whatever the hell it was, and they had Duffy boat rentals. And we had the best time. So it's an electric boat.
Yeah.
And by the way, Lake Las Vegas only allows electric boats, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's not Lake Mead.
No.
Right. So you're not gonna.
But the thing is, Lake Mead's 10 minutes away.
Right. Okay, that's a good point.
And that's going back to resort community. So you have a national park back there, but you know, a lot of people, you can't do that. The number one thing, and the reason why is safety.
Yeah.
Number two, our residents, I don't want to have sound.
Yeah, right.
And, you know,
well, that makes sense.
We do a lot of demos though.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the one thing we'll have. Sea-Doo comes out and do Boulder Boats. Shout out to that family.
Right.
They always are, you know, coming out and doing demos where it's at the West End. We're going to be doing some fun stuff with them in Lake Las Vegas days, which hopefully we can talk about later.
And then you also got this yacht. What's the deal with the yacht?
It's
We've been on it for your birthday.
A vintage 1980 yacht. I think it's 1982. But there, you know, you can have the cool thing about it is
Who
the
gets
simple
on it?
fact. Oh, actually, everybody. We can actually rent it out for parties.
So anybody can rent that yacht.
Yeah.
Okay.
First hour's $1,000, and then we can talk later about, you know, food and beverage.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely, it's kind of Scott, you're gonna laugh. You can do anything from a quinceañera
Right.
to a funeral.
On the boat.
Yeah.
Somebody's had a funeral on the boat.
I've been a part of.
Really?
Yes.
That seems interesting.
You can do it.
Did you like that?
You know what? It was probably. It's funny. It was the first. Well, of course, you know you've gone to funerals, but they do. It was a good feeling, man. It was a weird, like it was a really.
Did they take the remains and dump it in the water?
No. We did. Yeah, no, nothing like that happened. But it was, you know, and I really want to shout out Annie Meadows, and it was her husband. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, you know, we lost him, but he wanted to do a last trip on the yacht, was unable to do it.
Well, that's nice.
And
so he was a resident.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, they live in Tuscany.
Oh.
But she's done concerts there. She's a Christian contemporary singer. She's very popular. Annie Meadows
was there, did a thing a couple.
She was on the show with us. Yeah. And unfortunately, we lost him. But one of the things that we offered the boat for the service.
That's
and
nice.
It was you know.
And then this
somber feeling, but
this rowing
nice.
club. What's the story with that?
The Lake Las Vegas Rowing Club is probably one of the coolest things that kids, adults, elderly can do. There's all kinds of different classes.
Does it cost money to be a part of that?
It does. It's kind of, you know, it's like a club sport.
Yeah.
So, but you get out on the water and you get a workout. It's definitely also one of the cool things about rowing is you can get
it's hard,
mom and dad, scholarships for your kids to a college, because one of the most unclaimed scholarships out there is rowing.
Live chat question. What's the HOA for the overall Lake Las Vegas?
It's $125 a month.
125?
Yeah, and they do it quarterly. So just so you know, that's the other thing, is when people see it quarterly, they automatically think, oh, it's that much a month? No,
right.
It's quarterly.
I gotcha. Ours is quarterly as well. Okay, so let's go.
Good question. Thank you.
Smart. All right, so now we talked about, I wanted to talk about water activities because it's there, and I want to see if it's actually being used. Otherwise, it's just a big water feature.
Absolutely.
But you can get in there and splash around. Okay. And again, just let me know, is there a discount for locals, for Lake Las Vegas people versus outside people?
Residents have specials. They have a membership that they can do. And then also for the water sports. Yeah. And then there's also, Trevor's, he's really savvy with the social media. So there's always those discounts that are coming out weekly, monthly. Mm-hmm. I have a really cool thing that I want to talk about, if it's okay, about water sports. It's really going to put a whole different...
Well, make it quick.
You ready?
I got a shitload.
It's called the Aqua Park.
What's that?
And May 4th, we're putting a 200 by 200 liquid. It's kind of an obstacle course on water. And so you're going to be able to run, jump. It's 1 acre of just coolness. So everybody listening, anybody out there right now, you guys are going to definitely want to put it on your calendar for May 4th. That's the grand opening. But the Aqua Park is really going to take, you don't even think you can take water sports to the next level?
Yeah.
You can take it to the next level.
All right. When's it start?
May 4th. It's the grand opening party. So for Lake Las Vegas days.
Okay. So, but there's other things besides the water stuff, right? So now you have a sports club there, and that's where, didn't that used to be a golf club?
It actually was the clubhouse for the Falls.
Okay, that was one of the
yeah.
There was 2 golf clubs there, or
There's
golf
2,
courses there.
Lake Las Vegas was originally planned to have 4 full golf courses. It was Falls, Reflection Bay, South Shore, and Rainbow Canyon.
They had 2.
They had 3 at one time.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, 3 was actually happening at the same time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But unfortunately, when everything happened,
the one when you come up like me
Lake Mead Parkway, you make that left on Lake Las Vegas Parkway, and it's on the left-hand side.
That's where the sports
and that's a sports club, and that used to be the clubhouse for the Falls.
Okay, for the Falls. So what sports club? What's
actually,
that?
it was a restaurant. I mean, it was actually full-on restaurant and everything in there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So what's happening at the sports club? What can I do there? What's it cost? Who can be there?
Sports club is basically your. I mean, it's the best fitness center that I've ever been a part of, and I think not just before the amenities where you can lift weights. You know, we have, of course, what's really big right now is pickleball. You can play tennis.
You mentioned this pickleball thing. I'm fascinated.
Our GM is
Here's what I like about it. You said you don't have to run.
No, you don't.
Actually, tennis.
Running, no, just take a step, boom, step.
Into that.
Yeah, it's like racquetball, but
with a tennis racket.
Yeah,
with a real tennis, normal tennis.
No,
racket.
They actually have paddles. It's
like a
smaller. Yeah.
What's that? Badminton.
But the ball's like a wiffle ball.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it a badminton looking kind of thing?
We need to play. We'll get Nick, Tony, and you, and four of us will go at it.
I'm so into that.
All right.
So what else at the sports club?
You also, besides the fitness, but we have the yoga classes. You get your aerobic classes. We have this really cool thing called D-Fusion, and it's actually a dance class, fitness class, and it's by a gentleman by the name of DBL, and he's actually a musical artist on the record of Jackie Jackson.
Yeah, that's a nice looking place. Oh, is that pickleball right there?
That's pickleball. Look at it. Look at the
Oh, that paddle is fantastic. Yeah. Oh, wait, I got to go back to that picture. Oh, I'll play that all day.
If you go to I Love Lake Las Vegas, they have videos too.
Oh, that's fantastic. Look at that.
Can you play videos on it?
I can, but you can't.
Without audio?
Just easy now. Easy, champion. This is a nice looking property.
It's beautiful.
We did a show there, but I really didn't get to see anything.
Yeah, it's on the falls, so the backdrop is,
That's nice. That's super nice. Wow. Okay.
It's kind of it's funny. So it has the look of it, very castle, very gothic sometimes.
Yeah.
But it really also has.
So all these are pickleball. Hold on. So these little guys here. Oh shit.
We have the Shamrock Open coming up in a couple weekends where we actually get full-on pickleball tournaments. Right. We get regionals for the national championship.
Really?
Yeah.
How fun is that?
It's amazing.
Okay, so sports club. Now here's the thing that I was the most impressed with.
Okay.
And where we first met, which was Reflection Bay Golf Club. Now, I'm not a golfer. I'm fascinated by golf, but I can't play it. You put a stick in my hand, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yep.
I have a great fake swing, but you put that thing in my hand.
What's
that thing? Top golf?
Yeah.
Top golf. I go in there and I try to hit that ball as hard as I can, and I can't move for 3 days.
Yeah, I can rock golf fashion all day and make it look good. But
I look good, but
when it comes to playing, I honestly have not played. I played one time in college, and I think we got chased off by the cops. It's like that one story. Like, what did you do? Well, it's not a happy one, but.
But so wait, hold on. So I remember. So we met there.
Yeah.
And you pull up. It's got the rotund kind of. And it is nice.
It's beautiful.
It's nice.
It's beautiful.
Was it in disrepair when all bad things were happening? In other words, was it resurrected, or
this
did it
golf
try
course
to stand?
was shut down for
the golf
2 to
course
3
was
years. The
dead.
entire thing, the whole clubhouse,
brown,
done.
Oh, everything was
everything.
Dead. Oh, okay.
And
the people, the Raintree folks, own that, and so they brought that back up.
They knew that was one of the essential things.
That's got to be a focus.
It is, and it's one of the things that I get to work with closely, from the food and beverage side to the wedding side.
What would you guess? What percentage of the people who live there take advantage of that golf course? That's a good question, because it makes you wonder. How are people using this stuff?
40%.
No shit.
But remember, there's also South Shore.
40.
See, South Shore Country Club.
I was going to get to that.
Across that, it's a club.
Okay,
it's a country club.
Hold on. So
it's private.
South Shore.
So we have a private club.
Where the hell is South Shore?
South Shore is right on the other side of the lake. From Reflection Bay, and you look across the way, and you see all the houses up on the hill.
Yeah,
that's South Shore.
I haven't been there.
No, you haven't. If I take you there,
I'm not allowed to go there.
No, you are. We'll take you over there.
You need to have a secret handshake.
There's 2 other locations. Yeah, absolutely, you do.
You know a guy who knows a guy.
One of the most beautiful. Am I backing up?
Yeah.
One of the most. Okay. One of the most beautiful, just communities. In America, hands down. And even the other side where we're building all the new stuff. Just the whole place. And you're probably, he's a marketing director. He's supposed to say that stuff. But there's something about it when you drive into that place.
Into the South Shore.
Yeah. But Lake Las Vegas, relax. You go to South Shore and you're like, oh my gosh, this is in Vegas.
So you're not a golfer. What do you like about Reflection Bay? What do non-golfers do? There's a bar there and there's a restaurant.
Yeah. Number one is the water. For me, it's something about the water and the palm trees. I'm growing. I grew up
because they have that.
that thing.
What's that water area called?
The beach.
Yeah, you call it
the bay.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah,
It's all good. Yeah. Well, it's Reflection Bay Beach Golf and Beach Club.
Okay.
Is what we call it.
That is.
But the weddings, the wine and food festivals,
I saw
you can actually
set up.
If you're a sports club member,
Right,
if you're a sports club member, you're allowed to go down there and utilize the beach.
Oh.
So it's part of the package deal. There's you definitely are going to be busy,
How
or
would
you have just something to do. I mean, you're talking about what am I going to do? I love to do things. The lifestyle alone beats anything.
Do you know what the demographics for Lake Las Vegas for people who live there is? What's the average
Right
age?
now, South Shore average age is 70.
Oh.
See, now that's
more of a retirement
But see,
vibe.
that's
Is that
where a
true?
lot of the money when you're talking about early days is people came out here, they built. I mean, those homes are 3, 4, 5, all in that range. And what's nice about the estates, which you talked about, that's keeping that high-end luxury side to Lake Las Vegas.
Is that where Celine Dion lives?
Celine's in South Shore.
Okay.
Yeah, a majority of people that pretty famous names that have been in and out of that place.
Really?
Yeah.
And
And there's
South Shore,
there's still lots available to build there.
Okay, average 70. How about rest of Lake Las Vegas?
Easy to say 55.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't have a bunch of young kids. You are the youngster.
I am, but that number has dropped a lot because.
Why?
Well, for the simple fact of the availability of buying a home there, and especially with not just the resales, but the new homes, people have always wanted to live at Lake Las Vegas,
Right.
So that's what's nice about seeing families there.
Yeah.
We have. I mean, you saw how many kids were there for the Mardi Gras.
Yeah, the Mardi Gras thing was pretty smart. So real quick, what happened was we did a Lake Las Vegas live there from their grocery store, which I'll talk about in a second. But I was surprised by the community spirit. It surprised me. I didn't think you would get that traction, quite frankly, in the beginning. Because when we were there 10 years ago, or whenever it was,
bougie.
It was a little bougie. You're right. And so...
It's our slogan, make Lake Las Vegas bougie again.
So, and basically this Mardi Gras thing was pretty fascinating. It was basically people in their golf carts who dress them up like floats, basically Mardi Gras floats. And it was kind of cute and kind of fun. And and people were having a good time. It was neat. So you're saying that the average age of people who are living there is dropping.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
unfortunately, I hate to say that because it's like South Shore. People are leaving and
but
getting
that can't
older.
be a bad thing. That's
no, it's not. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting to see with us selling Bolano. We sold out Bolano in a year.
Wow. How many?
Actually, basically 6 to 7 months.
Okay.
But oops, I just lost my piece.
Oh, now you can't hear all the good things that are happening right now.
Hear everything.
Guy used to be in radio.
Well, we had headphones, not.
I can get you a headphone if that'll make it feel better.
That's fine. I'll cut you.
All right. All right. So let's continue on. So you've got finally. My number one complaint was I had to drive to Kentucky to get groceries, get ketchup.
I got answers for everything.
You don't have a Smith's.
We will.
You will have a Smith's.
Yeah.
Where?
About 10 minutes from the entryway of.
Let me actually speak to that.
Not even 10 minutes. Shoot, it's
Is
gonna
it
be
on
like
Galleria?
No, it's actually this. If you see Lake Mead Parkway next time you come out there, you'll see the sign.
I try to.
It's right by Cadence. So think about where
Parkway.
Tuscany, or you can't see, but Cadence, you'll see it. You'll see the sign. But that's the thing too, is when you were saying that nothing was happening out there.
Yeah.
Not only the homes took a hit, but all the development stopped.
All right, so here's a map. Let's get this map up there to see what the hell's going on here. Okay, so here's a map, Lake Mead. I see you've got a Costco within 9 miles. Thank God.
Galleria Drive is a beautiful thing.
Actually, we'll talk about that in a second. I just want to know where the Smiths is. I see an Albertsons 7 miles away. I see a Smiths on Lake Mead.
See where it says Lake Las Vegas Sports Club?
I do.
And then see where it says Lake Mead Parkway?
I do.
It's right there.
Oh, Smiths, right there. Yeah, okay. And when does that happen?
Well, they're actually from my construction director for Raintree. The dirt is moving.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, so within 6 months.
That Lake Mead Parkway and also Galleria Drive is going to see some amazing things happen.
Let me speak to Galleria Drive. This, to me, is one of the most important things that you guys did. I don't know who did it. I don't know how I got it done.
Yeah, it was Planet City, but
Sure
we pushed it. We definitely was one of the things that we made.
My number one bitch was I had to go all the way down to Kentucky to come back up to Lake Las Vegas. Yep. And there's a road called Galleria, which is, what's that, water park?
It's the Cowabunga Bay.
Cowabunga Bay, which is on Galleria and right next to the hospital. What hospital is that?
Anderson Hospital.
Yeah. So you somehow connected that, and it goes right into the heart of Lake Las Vegas. So what used to take...
the heart.
I mean, right smack, you're right by the
village.
The village, yeah. I mean, you pop right in there. When did that happen?
It was about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, no shit, that long ago.
And it was a secret. But then again, everything was a secret. You know, like you said, not everybody.
That's the one thing you don't want to have a secret.
Well, it's funny because now the residents are like, no, don't tell anybody. It's our secret. You know what I mean? But it's going to happen.
But that's ridiculous.
Within time.
You got it. But that's the thing that actually attracts people to show up.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you there were people who are like, I ain't going there. It's a pain in the ass to get there.
And it's not. It's literally, 15 minutes from the village to Costco.
That's not terrible.
And then
that's basically what it takes me to get to Costco.
But then what's behind Costco? Galleria Mall.
Yeah.
All fast food restaurants.
Yep.
You pass Tuscany. And
right.
the nice thing, too, not even within 10 minutes from Lake Las Vegas Parkway is a brand new CCSD elementary school called Josh Stevens.
Oh, we're going to talk about that in a second. Okay, let's talk about hanging out there. So when we were there, way back to the time, there was 2, 3 hotels and a casino there.
Yep.
And I forget the names, not that it really matters. And they all went away.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, oh, that's right, Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. We had the world's smallest casino. It's about as big as this.
The coolest casino, though, when it was popping.
Was it?
Oh, it was fun.
So now, all hell broke loose, but now you've kind of recovered. You've got 2 hotels there. What are the hotels?
Currently, the hotels are the Westin, which is ran by Marriott.
And that one is located just north of Reflection Bay.
They have 490 rooms, and it's basically the hotel that was built to handle conventions.
And it was called something else before that.
It was originally it was a Lowe's and a Hyatt.
That's right. Right. So now it's Westin.
And Westin was just purchased by Marriott. So now
it's a Marriott property?
all you people with Marriott points.
We're big platinum Marriott folks. We dig the Marriott.
That's the one thing that brings people to purchase homes in Lake Las Vegas are the staycations. I say staycations, but people visiting.
I want to get to that in a second because that was addressed.
It's one of the number ones
in our last show.
Yeah,
Lake Las Vegas Live, and I thought, I didn't know about this thing.
The resort stays.
Yeah, I want to talk about that because I didn't know about that. I think that's pretty smart. Okay, so Westin, just north of Reflection Bay. And that's a nice property. Let me see if I've
They just actually did $40 million in renovations for all the rooms, all the hallways, and the rooms are fabulous.
Right.
They also have, they call them Casbahs. They have kind of like casitas.
Right.
Nice, you can put them together. You can fit a whole family in there. But the thing about the Westin is the pool. And the way it's situated on the bay. That pool is insane. Like it's one of those, it's tough because for 10 years, there was no advertising. There was not a lot of, advertising for anything to go out there.
Right.
So now, Scott, you know how many people move to Vegas every year?
I do. I know how many move a month. It's 4,000 right now.
Times that by 12 times.
48.
Yeah.
4,800,000.
What'd you have? A month?
It used to be 5,000 a month.
Yes.
When we first moved here, our slogan was, with 5,000 people moving here a month, we had to spill the beans. Yeah, I think it's about 4,500 or 4,000 now. It's a little bit less, but it's still.
I thought it was closer. Yeah, okay, you're right.
Yeah, it's but still, it's a number of people.
Shout out to the LVCVA.
Yeah, right. God bless their little hearts. So here is, that's Hilton. We're going to talk about that in a second. There's a picture of Westin. It's a beautiful looking property, actually. Okay, and then you got
2 restaurants in there to add.
Oh, do you?
Rick's Cafe, great. Marsa.
Oh, actually, I'm going to talk about that in a second. Am I going to talk?
We did a show there.
No,
Marsa. Okay, I'll follow your lead. Sorry.
All right, and then you've got Hilton. What's the story with Hilton?
The Hilton's a unique story. The Hilton was definitely the high class hotel. That one that was
originally that was the
it was the Ritz.
Oh, that's right.
So it's probably one of the nicest.
That's right.
It's probably one of the nicest, classiest hotels you've ever seen. It's probably the nicest Hilton that you've ever seen, as far as just the look of it, the white decor, just the classiness of it. It has the courtyard.
Yep.
That is beautiful.
Right.
It's odd if you stay on the bridge, which is really cool, especially for like 4th of July events or anything like that. When you want to see all the happenings that's happening in the village,
that bridge is cool.
You stay in the bridge room and you have the balcony. You just sit there and watch everything.
Yeah,
happen.
you can see the bridge on the the right hand side there. That's this piece over here, and we're looking from west to east. It looks like to me. That's pretty slick.
And then they even have a beach that you don't see it unless you get the high drone shots.
And the pool's right. And the pool's right by the beach,
They
right?
have a nice little restaurant there. You can go inside and hang out.
And there's a shitload of conventions that go on out there as well, right?
Huge. There's a lot of conventions that go out there because they don't want to be on the strip.
Yeah.
A lot of times, they want to be able to make sure that their employees aren't getting in too much of an issue. But it's Vegas, man.
Right. What are you gonna do?
The people come out.
All right. So let's talk about eat, drink, and be happy. One must eat, or one cannot be happy. Talk to me about some dining opportunities at the.
Take your pick. We got 12 restaurants out there. Like I just said, we got Rick's, Marsa inside the hotel. You have 2 inside the Hilton. You have Medvici Cafe, and then also.
All right. So I'm going to bring up this, and you're going to hit me real fast with
the lounge.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Bella Linda.
Gelato. So you've got your desserts right there, and it's a cool little shot right there, right by the floating stage.
Okay, and
Firenze Lounge. Yeah, Firenze Lounge is the lounge located inside the Hilton.
Oh, Hilton. Okay, good.
Great views.
Le Café de la.
About 1.5 years, 2 French cafe, and it is fabulous. French,
Aruna Rosa Restaurant.
Want some good Italian food? That's where you go.
Okay, where's that located? Is that in the?
It's in the village.
In the village.
Yep.
Okay.
Great views. Great views.
Marsa. Ooh, AAA or AAA Four Diamond.
Yep.
Where's this?
That one. That's the one that's located
on the Westin.
That's the one in the Westin.
Have you eaten there?
Yes.
Is it good?
It's.
What if I don't like sushi?
Steak.
Oh, I like steak. Medici
Cafe and Terrace. The nice thing about the Hilton restaurants is they have a new chef, Big Dan. We had him on the show.
Oh, we had him on the show.
Yeah, he's from Switzerland. He's probably the biggest gentleman that you've ever seen. And he walks around, and he is a big teddy bear. He's the greatest. Shout out to Dan.
Mimi and Coco's Bistro.
Mimi and Coco's.
That's in the village.
Steak and frites, if you want that.
Ooh, I like that.
They've got that all day long.
1-5 Lakeside.
1-5 Lakeside's got definitely a good assortment of food, and probably the one of the best views, just because of the location. We did a show
in the village. Oh, that's what we. Yeah, okay. Proof Tavern.
Proof Tavern, one of the coolest looking spots. And shout out to Sam and John in there and their whole staff. Sports, you want to check it out there, and they have gaming.
Oh, they have gaming. You mean video poker?
They have video poker.
Reflection Bay Bar and Grill.
Once again, Reflection Bay Bar and Grill.
By the way, that's a nice room.
Well, the upstairs was
a nice room too.
The upstairs was the only place to eat. But a lot of problems is the golfers would come in and they leave because the front door was there.
Oh.
So now we capture them downstairs at the Bayside Grill.
Yep.
And of course, executive chef Scott Cummings, Hell's Kitchen winner, season 12.
Oh, he's working there too.
Yeah,
I thought he was just doing seasons.
No, he did. No. He's actually He's our Lake Las Vegas executive chef. So he oversees, along with Jessica Cheney, all of the food and beverage that we have.
Okay.
So
moving on, Rick's Cafe.
Rick's Cafe, of course, is the cafe inside the Westin.
Okay, Rocky Mountain Chocolate. Jeez, you have a shitload of stuff.
Shout out to Miss Sue, and she makes some good chocolate.
Now, Seasons Groceries. This is you got a nice little grocery shop there. What's the gal who runs that? Because she's a sweetheart.
It's my Sierra, Miss C.
She's okay.
Yeah,
that one will be all right.
Yeah,
she's a good guy.
Cool story. Seasons Grocery. In fact, I'm glad you showed me that because now I get to tell Chris, my web guy, to change it because it's Seasons Grocery and Deli.
Deli, that's right.
Yeah. So you want some great sandwiches. Pre-made, they'll make them custom for you. Potato salad, I can eat the macaroni salad all day long. But
and
Seasons Groceries is owned by Raintree. We lease it. We lease it from the village.
Sonrisa Grill?
Sonrisa Grill, one of the kind of the staples of
in the village,
Mexican food.
And coming soon.
Themed after, actually Vino del Lago opened up, and they are a jazz and wine.
Jazz?
Yes.
Are you going to have live music out there?
Yes, they do.
When is this happening?
It's already there.
It's already there?
Yeah.
It says coming soon.
Yeah, I know. That's the
Fix
other
that
thing.
shit,
Thank you.
yo.
Sorry. Hey, Chris, if you're watching.
Who's playing out there?
Various guys, I mean, you'll be walking by at night and you can hear saxophones going off.
Right to the village?
Yeah.
See, I like that
See,
stuff.
that's what
You used to have a wine place out there.
Yeah, that's probably the best kind of connection now.
Okay, all right.
Now, also on there, we have the pub is open, the Irish pub. It changed over management, so it's just called the Pub.
In the village?
Yeah, it's across from.
Oh, that's where we hung out.
Yeah, it's across from Proof, and
Yep.
just another fantastic option.
Okay, you also have schools close by. You have a hospital close by. We're running out a little bit of time. For more information, if I'm interested in what you're having to say, where do I go?
Call Scott Whitney. LakeLasVegas.com, but LakeLasVegas.com, and the other cool website that I've been telling Scott to please put up, but I'm battling him on it.
All right, I'll put it up. I like this.
I just want him to say it. What's the website?
I love Lake Las Vegas. I actually like the site. Here's your I love. You happy?
Yes, thank you.
Here's what I like. Lake Las Vegas live videos. Let's see if you put up the most recent one.
Well, you didn't give me
Hey,
the
look
last
at that.
one.
Oh, you don't need me to do that. Oh, this is cool. Yeah. 9 and 10 and 11 are missing.
I know. So can I grab them for you before I leave?
Who's it? No. Who are these people and what is happening to me? All right. Hey, Andy.
But it's lifestyle, and we set up the videos life and style categories. So life is all the essentials from your schools, the hospitals,
right.
Real estate, and then the style is all about
look at you being clever.
Playing golf and village
and more.
events.
And the last thing I'm going to leave is you are in the marketing world. We call it eating your own dog food.
Okay.
Which means if I sell BMWs, I should drive a BMW.
Yeah.
I eat my own dog food. If I sell podcasts, I should probably do a podcast. Yeah. You're selling Lake Las Vegas. You just moved to Lake Las Vegas.
I did, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I truly love that place.
That's not bad.
It's amazing. My license plate. Wait till you see that.
Oh, I thought it was.
It was AG13,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I had to change it up.
All right, Andy Gil, everybody. Thank you so much for playing along. Hey, you know what?
Talk about Lake Las Vegas all day. Let me know what you need.
Let's have a drink.
Thanks, guys. Let's do it. I bet you have long hair.
If you only knew. All right, it's time for Have a Drink. I mean, it's part of the show where I show you a picture of a bar or a speakeasy or a lounge, but never a club because I'm not that cool. And you guys guess it. Now, here is how you increase the probability of winning stuff. First of all, you see the bar and you go, I know that bar, and you send it an email. Andy, where do they say the email to?
They send it to have a drink at vegasvideonetwork.com.
Have a drink at vegasvideonetwork.com. Look at that. The guy used to be in radio and he knows shit.
Living in Las Vegas.
That's right. So here's what happens. You see this picture and you go, oh, I know it. And you send it to have a drink at vegasvideonetwork.com. But you're like, hey, I want more opportunities to win. I want more times to have my name in the hat. What do I do, Scott? I'm going to tell you. First, you put your name in the hat because you got a correct answer. Congratulations. This is like everybody who's a millennial. I'm going to give you a statue for being a good kid. Number two, if you submit an entry.
He's looking for the word trophy.
And that's right. If you submit an entry and you're in the live chat while your entry is selected, that's a second entry for you. Now you've doubled your pleasure, double your fun. Wait a minute. You've sent a video or photography-based entry. Another entry. We've got one of those coming today. Hey, you know what? Maybe you're the first correct entry because you're fast. Another entry. And guess what? If you did an intro video for the whole show, I'm putting you. Here's a chance to be in there 5 different times because. Now, Scott, what can you win? That's a good question as well. I've always liked that about you. You're quick and you're to the point. What can you win? Well, a number of things. It's called Have a Drink on Me because if you want, you can have a drink on me. If you're in Vegas, whether you're a local or a tourist, and we're around together, we hook up, guess what? I'll buy you a drink. Now, I'm not going to buy you a drink at the Dorsey because that place is too damn expensive. But I'll buy you at a place that's, say, Golden Tiki because you can get a nice drink for $8. All right, what else? Oh, you like yourself some music, do you? All right, here you go. How about this? You like the Christmas music? Christmas Acoustic 2. I've sold over 55,000 copies of those CDs.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Let me see it.
Or you could get yourself the Jazzathon CD, which features songs that we play on this here show. But wait a minute. You're a sartorial guy.
Who's this hot guy?
That's me, your brother. Now, maybe you're a sartorial guy. You want to look good. You want to impress the chicks. I get that about you. I've always liked that about you. Bam. Vegas Video Network visor. You put that bad boy on and... people will dig it. Now you're saying to yourself, wait a minute, if I put this on, do I get something special? Of course you do. Here's what happens. You win this visor, you take a picture, you send that picture to me. I take that picture, I put it in there, and all of a sudden magic happens. Scott, magic? Really? Yes. Because if you get yourself a picture, you send it to me, you become a part of the galaxy of God. There's Gregor and Bill and Mr. Testy Steve and Michael and Robert and Rosie. Another one is Scott and Michael. There's Scott. There's Pinky and Bud. But wait, there's more. There's Alan and Aaron who are nudists. And then there's Bob and Bob's wife. And then there is Danny and Shan, not Shan and Craig. And wait, there is out to be more. There's Glenn, who I'm having drinks tomorrow, and Jimmy and Rob and Ken, who is in Hawaii, and Stuart and Christina, whose all babies are because of my music. Oh, shit. And Don and Jackie and Mike. Look out, Mike! Incoming! And then there's Pops and Sammy and Carol and a dog. And there is Chris Phillips, who's in my backyard because we had a 3.5-hour show and almost killed ourselves. And Brett's dad, your buddy Scott and Wayne. And then, of course, our good buddy Brett. Okay, there you go. Okay.
That was pretty impressive.
Did you like that?
So, okay, I'll ask after.
All right. 21 out of 21 correct answers.
Wow.
22 out of 22 correct answers. I apologize. Sorry about that. And did you want to say something real quick before I get into this? No? Great. Fantastic. Here we go. Okay. Here is last week's Have a Drink Upon Moi. Boop, 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 boop. There it is. And the hints were Ghost Donkey. Ghost Donkey. Ghost Donkey at the Cosmopolitan. Congratulations for those of you who were correct. All right, here we go. Let's do this thing, shall we?
We could do the club one next time I'm on the show.
Huh? Clubs? I can't do clubs, man.
I can.
I'm too. I know. Well, you can, but I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, here we go. First one in. You're going to write in Aussie Deb. 1 for the correct answer. 1 for being in the live chat. Just fold it in half like this. Come on, Andy.
Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
It's not working.
Aussie Deb. You can do it.
Okay.
Put it in. And then 1 more because she's in the live chat. So she got 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat, and 1 for being the first. Now, here's what's fascinating about this. Aussie Deb is always the first. Why? Well, she's in Australia, and it's about 12 hours ahead of time. So she's ahead of everybody because she's magical. Of course, that's bullshit, but it's funny. But here's the funny thing about that. She put her entry in at 7:45. Our next person put his entry in at 7:45 and 30 seconds. And that entry is Sam Jackson. Next up, we've got Mike, or Mr. Testy, 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat.
Mike Testy?
Mr. Testy.
Mr. Testy.
Yep. Next up, we've got Mike Q, 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat. Keep up, Andy. Mike Q. Next up, we've got Anthony Smith from Brooklyn, New York. He says he loves the show.
Brooklyn, in the house.
Tasteful man right there. Next, we've got Jax, AP, Jax. We've also got Binky. Binky has won a few times. As a matter of fact, we showed her in the Galaxy of God, so she has much power. By the way, she's in the live chat. Binky. 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live Shadowrooski. We've also got Mark Stokes. Way to go, Mark. We've also got Dawn Verdau. Dawn's been around for a while. We haven't seen her, but she's back. Way to go. Christopher Bermudez. Way to go, Christopher. We've also got Antoinette Castle. She's moving to Las Vegas the end of March, and she was very appreciative of our last show, which was Hidden Bars in Las Vegas. Next, we've got Jeff Loveland. Jeff wanted me to say something, by the way. Hold on, stand by. Jeff and Jackie, happy 20th anniversary. That's all I got. They're coming in April. And I want them to, here's what I want. Here's what my wish for you, Jeff and Jackie. I want you to have just a good enough time so you'll come back, but not so good that you fuck with my taxes. Okay, Jeff, you know. Bill 98036, he wrote, should I change my email address when I move to Vegas? Well, of course you should. It should be Bill 8911. Oh, I'm sorry. I just bought that. I didn't.
Bill Vegas.
Mike from the Coove, 1 in there. Tom Yu, 1 in there.
Dude, you got a lot.
Jim Gallagher, Jimmy 2Gs.
Hey, Jim.
Right, Jimmy 2Gs. He's in the live chat.
2 Gs.
Bam.
2 Gs, I guess.
We've also got FaZe Jitter. 1 for the correct answer, FaZe Jitter. 1 for being in the live chat. We've also got John Herman from New York City. New York City! Hell yeah. Who's Your Daddy? Which is one of the greatest names ever. We've also got Mike B from Chicago.
B.
We've got Mad Chipmunk, 1 for the correct answer, 1 for the in the live chat. And then finally, we missed him last week, but he has returned. Boop, boop. It's Pops, everybody.
Hey kids, it's Pops, alive and 5x5. Thanks for all your concern. Sorry I missed that last show. I had a lot going on. This week's correct Adam answer is Ghost Donkey at Cosmopolitan. I like the looks of the place. I think they kind of whiffed not taking reservations because Scott said it was standing room only when he was in there. Seemed to me that that kind of place, get that kind of attention and pay that much for a cocktail, be a whole lot more enjoyable if it, they controlled the amount of people in there so it wasn't too noisy and you had a little, room to sit and spread your elbows out. But anyhow, kind of weird entrance and stuff. It is at the Cosmo, it is on the Strip, and it is Las Vegas. Until next time, Pops signing out. See ya.
Thank you, Pops. Well, I got a nice email from Pops as well. He had mentioned, so he wasn't here last week, and many of us were like, what happened? And then we thought, somebody said, oh, Sam Jackson put Sam the wrench. Thanks, Sam. So we were like, I think Pops may have died. We're like, oh shit. So a couple of us reached out to him on Facebook, and he's like, no, I'm fine. But he was super appreciative of us following up. And that's what I was talking about with regards to the community of living in Las Vegas. These LiLVers, they're the shit, man. We're all looking out for each other, so I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, Pops gets 1 for the correct answer. Pops gets 1 for being in the live chat. And Pops gets 1 more for being providing a video entry. By the way, Pops has won 7 of these bad boys, and he has decided that if he wins again, he's going to give it to somebody else because he's a great and giving God.
I'll take it.
All right, here we go. Andy will be pulling out the winner.
And that's right, guys.
Andy does not understand the direction where I say get closer to.
I have been.
Table.
I've been like, I just
Jesus
doesn't
Christ.
get any more closer.
I mean, it's like, what are you going to do? Oh yeah, it's in right
close.
here. Here we go. Pick a winner. Don't look. All right, and the winner is. What do we got?
Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson, who, by the way, took advantage of being in the live chat. He got a double. Way to go, Sammy. All right. You get yourself a visor or a musical CD, or, of course, the favorite thing of all, a drink on your buddy Scott. Okay.
There it is. There it is.
Let's see what this week's Have a Drink Upon Me is all about. Boink, boink. There it is. Okay. And here are our hints. Hint number 1. It could have been named by an Irishman given the E, the letter E, in one of the words. It could have been named by an Irishman given the letter E in one of the words. By the way, if a Scotsman was naming it, they'd have left that E out. If a Scotsman was naming it, they would have left that E out. Hint number 2, it could have been called Ginormous Bourbon. Could have been called Ginormous Bourbon. And hit number 3, it's located on the Las Vegas Strip, but not in a hotel or a casino. It's located on the Las Vegas Strip, but it's not in a hotel or a casino. If you know the answer, you're going to send it to Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Again, VegasVideoNetwork.com. And that's it. Thanks again to Andy for coming out and playing along. Nice job, my brother.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
You're pretty good at this stuff, aren't you? You'll be all right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Hey, if you want to reach out to us via the email, right down there, onairq@livinginlv.com. Again, onairq@livinginlv.com. Let's say you want to leave us a voicemail, and you've got a very nice singing voice, so we hope that you do that. Here's how you do that. You go to our website, and you click on that little orange tab on the right-hand side, and that pops up a little button that says start a recording, and because you have a microphone attached to your computer, you can leave us a voicemail. It's pretty cool. Social media, yeah, we're on that stuff. We're on iTunes. If you like us on the iTunes audio or video, give us a 5-star review. We're on the YouTube. Give us a thumbs up and share us. We're on the Roku. Over 80,000 accounts have been installed. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, Chromecast, Apple, Google Fire TV, Google Play, and of course the Vegas Video Network. Again, thanks very much to Andy Gil for playing along with us. It was a pleasure having him. And that's it, kids. We'll see you next time on the Living in Las Vegas podcast and the Vegas Video Network. Take care, everybody.
That's awesome.